Hello and welcome back to Seaside Garage. The princess is back in. Yeah, I know it's only been 2 days since the Saab was in here, but I think I'm going to shuffle quite a bit between all my projects for the next couple of months because they are so interesting, all of them, and I can't really wait to get working on all of them. So today it's going to be the princess. I am really proud about my current collections of car, and I can't really decide which one I like the most. Each and every time I go and pick one of them up, I think, oh, this is the coolest car ever. I need to get this on number plate as fast as possible. And it was no exception to pick this one up. After the carb rebuild in the previous video, this just starts right up and it pulls rather nice. And actually the braking system seems completely fine. Of course, I'm gonna go over it, but it's working fine. The gear selector is working. I think almost all of the lighting is working, and it almost feels like a car that is already roadworthy. So I don't think it's a long way to go to get this back on the road. It's not really the right time of year to get a car like this back on the road, but we'll see. But what I would like to do today is to try to freshen up the front end. Maybe see what I can do about the paint, the rusty chrome bits. Because as you can see, the bumper is quite rusty. Sometimes you can't really do anything about it, but on old chrome like this, I do expect it to be possible to polish a lot of it out. Not everything, but we can make it look a lot better than this, I hope. What I'm going to do is to use 3000 grade wet sanding paper and some soapy water. And then let's just try to see what we can do. Of course, I'm not going to get all of the pitting away, but it is making it look a lot better. That's for sure. While it isn't perfect, it is a lot better now. I was hoping to be able to get more of this corrosion off, but it's pitted quite badly. And from a distance, it looks pretty all right, so I'm not too sad about that. Next up, the Princess emblem. Because when I went to pick up the Saab 900 Turbo, I bought that from the same guy as this one. He remembered that he had some more stuff for the Princess. And he gave this to me, and actually he gave 2 of these to me. Original emblems with the British Leyland part number on and all that. Really cool. So I'm going to change this for a brand new one, because the one that is on it at the moment is held on by a piece of wire. And yeah, falls out pretty much straight away. We're going to change that, but before we can do that, we have an issue. Because this is the thingy that is supposed to hold the emblem onto the grille. But there are 3 of these, and we have only 1. So we need 2 more of these. They didn't have them in the local supermarket, so what I'm going to do is to attempt to make a couple of these. And what about the old emblem? I have decided to pick a random Patreon of mine in 1 week's time, and then I'm going to send this one to them. Maybe if you like to support my channel, you would think it was fun to own a small piece of the Princess history. So in 1 week I will send this one to a random Patreon of mine. So let's try to recreate this little thingy then. I cut a piece of metal on my metal cutter. Now let's try to bend it firstly into that shape right there. And then bend up that. But it's not exactly the same, but I think it will work. And then for the hole, Let's try something using my hydraulic press and a torque bit. Like that. Surprisingly, it's stuck now. There we go. So there's a hole. I'm just gonna cut this piece off and flatten the hole out a little bit. Like that. Take the old emblem and check if it fits. Yeah, that seems pretty good. I just need to make one more. And there we go. Now we have all three needed to fit it. I'm just gonna give it a quick lick of paint so it doesn't just rust away. And then we can fit the emblem. And while the paint dries, I'm just gonna clean up this plastic grill and make it look as nice as possible. And with the plastic grill looking a lot smarter with some, it's actually some rubber and plastic restorer that I bought at a yard sale many years ago. Seems to do the trick. So let's fit that brand new emblem. Woo! Look at this. It's gonna look pretty nice. I could have taken off the grill to do this. Maybe that would have been a bit more easy. Or well, it would have been more easy. But why take stuff completely apart when you don't have to? So what do you think? I think the transformation is already pretty nice, but I don't know if you remember, but I got another thing for the front end of the Princess. Ta-da! Two original Lucas headlights that have, I don't think they are brand new. Is it a waste? Well, maybe, because the old one is pretty okay. It is a bit corroded in there, but I think they will pass MOT. But I got these and I really want to put them on, so they are going on. Like this. As you can see, the old one is not that bad, but the new one is quite a lot nicer. That's pretty nice looking, I'd say. So I'm just going to change the other one. It's not a big difference, but you can see it's more yellow at that side. So it is doing something. So what do you think? I think it looks rather smart. The last thing that I'm going to do today is that I'm going to try to wash and polish the bonnet, because I want to see how much of the shine I can get back into this paint. I still need to fix the rust repairs on the wheel arches. My plan for that is to do it with spray cans, because I want to try to blend it into the old paint. I want to keep as much as the old paint as possible. I much rather have a visible paint line right here than to ruin the old original paint. So I'm going to do my best to get it looking as good as possible, but it will be a challenge. Not today. But I want to try to polish the bonnet and see how much of the paint comes back. There are some rust and other stuff, but this is going to be a restoration and not a restoration, remember. First thing I'm going to do is to wash it with some water and dishwashing soap to get all the wax and all that stuff off it, and then I'm going to try to polish it. Yeah, this could scratch the paint, but I don't really care at this moment. I also would like to add that I'm really not a bodywork expert or paint or cleaning expert. I know nothing about it. All I know is that I'm doing it wrong, apparently. But normally I wouldn't wash a car with a cloth like this, because it is going to scratch. But I'm going to polish it using a combine polisher, so that won't really matter. So now I'm getting ready to polish it. I know it looks a lot better now, but because it's wet, but it's it's not going to look like that when it's not wet anymore. There are some areas that I'm quite concerned about, but we'll see what happens when we polish it. But as you can see, that stuff right there is difficult to focus on. There it goes. But I'm not going to be able to do anything about that. But other than that, and from a distance, it's looking pretty well. I still need to, you can see some places where I haven't really rubbed out the wax, but it's looking nice. And then with these new headlights and the new emblem, it is looking nice. And the chrome bumper, by the way, also. So there we go. I'm no master polisher. I don't really have the patience for it, but I can see that I can make the paint look pretty all right. I'm not going to do anything more than this because I still need to do some paint work and some filler work on this car, and it will be completely dirty in a short while. But I have polished it and gave it a bit of wax on the bonnet, and it looks pretty all right. There are still the rusty bits. I'm not going to be able to do anything about those. It's a bit sad that winter is coming at the moment, because I think I could get this on the road within maybe a couple of weeks, a month or something like that, because I don't really need a lot of work to be road legal. I think I might end up doing that and then just drive it on the good days in the winter time, because there is a lot of rust protection underneath and all that. And I'm actually beginning to be a bit conflicted about all that putting into winter storage thing, because in Denmark it could be 5 months with salty roads and all that, and that will end up being almost 50% of your lifetime, and it's not worth it to save a car from rusting a little bit when you sacrifice your hobby and your passion. So a part of me would just like to use my cars no matter the weather, and then fix them up. Remember, I don't have any cars in showroom condition anyway, and I don't think I'm ever going to get one because of that fact that I really don't like to have stuff that I don't feel that I can use. But enough of that. I'm just really looking forward for a real road trip in this car, because I think it's an awesome car. Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.